Hey there everybody, it is February 1st, time for my January collection update. This is another month where I didn't really think I'd get much of anything and ended up getting more than anticipated. So this video is going to be a little bit different. It's going to be a little bit backwards. I did actually get a poster this month, so that we'll start off with. But other than that, we're going to go backwards than normal. We're actually going to start with video games, which is usually last, then DVDs, and then end with CDs, because there were a lot of them this month. So why not do an opposite one just for the heck of it? So we'll go ahead and get started with the poster. What this is my dad got to see John Oliva in concert. I have to basically run it off the damn table. He got to see him in concert. John Oliva is basically the guy one of the guys who created Trans-Siberian Orchestra. This is him here. And he also created Sabotage, if you remember from my updates with the CDs that I've gotten of theirs. Yeah, he did a solo album, which I also had Raise the Curtain. He did a small little tour where he didn't even come to the West Coast. So my dad got to see him down in Texas. And he actually got to meet him, apparently, which is funny because I get to meet him in September because he's going to be at Frog Power. But what he did is he got autographs from everybody in the band, and I believe this is John's right here. So I have an autograph poster. It's a little torn because my stepmom taped it, but nonetheless, really, really, really cool poster. Very, very nice. Then we will actually go on to video games. First of all, the only video games I actually got this month were on Steam. If you remember at the end, or during the collection update last week, I said that there were other, the Steam sale, the Christmas sale wasn't over. But actually after the Christmas sale, I picked up Turbo Dismount. Interesting game. I actually watched PewDiePie play it, and it looked funny as hell, so I actually played the online version on the internet, and it was fun. So I bought the game because it was really cheap, and it's still in development while it's out. So it looks to be an interesting game. The only other game I got on Steam, well, period, really, was actually a late Christmas present from my friend Logan. On like the last day of the sale, he picked me up The Walking Dead Season 2. Not even a game I was expecting to get, because it was at the top of my wish list and had just come out and wasn't even on sale. But he bought it for me, which is awesome, because The Walking Dead Season 1 is great, even though I've never played it, and I cannot wait to play both of them, so I can know the story, because I'm staying away from every playthrough of Season 2, because I had that ruined for me, and that's why I didn't really play it. I'll play it eventually. I want to. But yeah, I'm definitely excited to have that. It's funny what my top wish list is, game on my wish list is. Yeah, I'll point it out when I finally decide to get it. It did come out January 31st though, so. Okay, the only other video game related thing I got isn't actually a game. If you remember a couple months back, I picked up some little Keyblade things from that store I said was closing this month actually. That one was from Kingdom Hearts 2, I think, or maybe the first one, but they had another set, and I did pick it up because they were on sale for about 20% off, so I got this for less than $20. This one is based more on 358 over 2 days. Sora here, Roxas here. We'll flip the box over. Organization 13, you got characters, Goofy, Donald, Sora, and the organization here, but we'll go ahead and open this box. Oh, I'm an idiot, it's upside down. But instead of black, the Keyblades are all gold. So you got one of my favorite Keyblades right here. This is, I think it's called like Peacekeeper or something. I can't quite remember, but I like that one. That's one of my favorite. I know it's in Kingdom Hearts 2, just the name eludes me right now. That's really cool because it has red on it. And that's the one you get, it's like Oblivion. And then this is I think this is actually the basic Keyblade, and then I recognize these Keyblades. That's the basic Keyblade right here. Wow. I don't know, but I know that's like Peacekeeper or something. I can't remember. But definitely going to be cool to have this up on the shelf with the other Keyblades really cool to have this from a store that is closing, and I'm sad because wall scrolls are going to be significantly more difficult to get now. Anyway, that's it for video game related objects. We go on to DVD and other video like stuff. So I went to a used CD store. They're not all just CDs, but I sold some CDs and DVDs there because it was some Family Guy stuff that I don't care about anymore, and a CD that I really didn't want. And I got a little bit of money, like $8, and I was able to buy these, which I'd actually read about not too long ago. Definitely another Monty Python type month for DVDs, but I picked up, this is the Life of Python parts 1 and 2. I made sure that there were only 2 parts, but part 1 is, this is their 20th anniversary, 30th anniversary, I'm sorry, little celebration. They did a short little documentary on this one, is a short little documentary about them. They have random new sketches that are weird, very, very strange, but cool to see them do new stuff. Michael Palin going around showing where some of the best Python sketches were filmed. There's a Lost Mayday special that they did for some festival that's really short. There's an animated tribute from the creators of South Park, because they're heavily influenced by them. And then basically a song type, a greatest hits song little video thing that's hosted by Meatloaf, which is really weird. Very nice. And actually this one, the second disc, is their Lost German episode, the second episode of the specials they did for Germany. The first episode is on the box set that I have of the series, which it's also part of Monty Python Live, which I also had, but I got rid of it because it was in the box set. But basically, they were both recorded for Germany. They're like 45 minutes long a piece. The first episode is entirely in German. This one is in English, though. It's really cool to have this. And it has a lot of stuff from like Live at the Hollywood Bowl. It turns out a lot of the video clips were actually from this. But very cool to have both of these, because now I have both the German episodes. So now I have like almost every version of Monty Python I can find, especially after I show you this. For Christmas I got 2 DVD box set type deals. This is Monty Python Almost the Truth, the director's cut. This was a series of like hour-long documentaries just going through their history that was aired on IFC that I actually watched, so I wanted it again because it was like 2009. I believe this was for their 40th anniversary, but I'll just read you the list of episodes. Episode 1, The Not So Interesting Beginnings. Episode 2, The Much Funnier Second Episode. Episode 3, And Now, The Sordid Personal Bits. Episode 4, The Ultimate Holy Grail Episode. Episode 5, Lust for Glory, and Episode 6, finally, the last episode ever for now. And ever and for now are in parentheses. But it's just a nice little thing, and there's extra sketches and whatnot from the show. But really cool, because it's an in-depth like documentary history about everything they did before they were together, after. It's pretty cool to see this, and it's a really fun watch. If you are a fan of Monty Python and documentaries, definitely worth a check out, though. For any Monty Python fan, definitely. To end the DVD section, we got the show that John Cleese did after Monty Python. This is Fawlty Towers, the complete collection remastered, with him and his wife, which they were divorced by the second series. Basically a show about a guy that runs a hotel and is Spanish. It's funny because this is actually based on a hotel like manager and wife that John Cleese and his wife, then wife, stayed at with Monty Python when they were traveling, I think. But it's 3 discs, and we'll open the box here. Some nice little artwork on both sides. But disc 1 is the first series of 6 episodes with commentary from the director on all the episodes and John Cleese on all the episodes. Disc 2 is the second series, which was aired like 3 years later, which is weird. 6 more episodes, commentary by the director for that series, and commentary with Cleese. And then the third disc, because there were only 2 series, there were only 12 episodes, and it's considered one of the best British shows ever made. But it has extended interviews from 2009, because I believe this was the 30th anniversary of, this was the 30th anniversary of this show. And this is extended interviews from 2009, which includes Connie Booth, this girl who's kind of attractive. That's from the 70s. She's really not that much anymore. But she hadn't talked about the show in 30 years, basically since after it came out, because her and Cleves divorced. But there's just interviews, more interviews. There's an outtake thing, but it's pretty short. Really funny show. Really, really funny. If you're not a fan of Python, I'd actually suggest this still, because it's just so silly. I don't know how to explain it. It's just so... I don't know, but it's a really funny show. Definitely worth a watch, because it's different. It's definitely, definitely different. But that's it for DVDs and stuff. We move on to the big section, and that is CDs. This month was definitely a CD month. I got some of these for Christmas, and some of these I bought myself off of Amazon and whatnot. All in all, there are 14 CDs here. We'll go ahead and start off with the classic, the most classic, or classic rock CD that I got. And that's, here we go. Oh, let's bonk the camera, that's always nice. We'll zoom in a little bit. This is 2112, the Rush CD. It's a remastered version, unfortunately, but apparently they never released the original, but it's one of their more famous albums. I definitely wanted this because 2112 is a 20-minute song, but there's only 6 songs on this CD, so it's like a half an hour long, even with 2112, which is funny. But pretty good CD, surprising, and I'm definitely going to buy more Rush in the future, which will be cool. Worth a check out if you like classic rock. Then, this is going to be funny, but about a Christmas CD after Christmas. This is the first Trans-Siberian Orchestra CD, Christmas Eve and Other Stories. It's the one that made them famous. It's a great little CD. I didn't listen to it when I got it because it's not Christmas, and it just feels weird to listen to a Christmas CD on not Christmas. But definitely worth it. I'm going to pick up the other 2 albums I'm missing because I have Beethoven's Last Night and Night Castle, so I still need Christmas Attic and A Lost Christmas Eve. And I'll be picking those up eventually, but this was cheap, and I wanted one of them. I don't know why either. So, yeah. Then there is this. This is the first CD by a band called Revamp. It's self-titled. It's just called Revamp. The lead singer is from a band called After Forever, if you've heard of them. But she made a new band called Revamp. It's it's like symphonic power metal. It's okay, pretty good, but they only have 2 CDs. I'm gonna buy the other one eventually because it wasn't terrible. It wasn't. I didn't go. I didn't like puke. So it's pretty good. Definitely worth a shot if you're into that kind of music, though. Into symphonic power metal. The best way to describe them is like Nightwish or Epica, except not quite as epic as that. More just straight metal based, not like operatic like them. Then we have a newer band that's going to be at Prague Power this next year. Witham. This is their debut album, The Point of View. Y-O-U. Point of View. Which is funny because the first song is called Point of View. Like view. But if you're a fan of Circus Maximus, listen to this CD. That's all I have to say. Well, not all I have to say about the band. The CD. It's a really good CD, and the cover is trippy because it's a face that melts into a face that melts into a face that melts into a face. It's like, it's weird. Pretty good CD. Very good CD, actually. For a debut album, very, very good. I liked it a lot. Definitely, they only have 1 album, and it's like 45 minutes long, so why not check them out if you're into that kind of music. Then we go on to another band's debut album. This is actually from last year, though, I believe. This is Beyond the Bridge, Old Man and the Spirit. Progressive metal, just like, you know, Witham here, or Circus Maximus, Dream Theater and whatnot. But this band has, what, a male and female singer. They've got like 6 different people. Because when they play live. But these guys actually played Prague Power the year before I went. And right after that, their live, one of the guys that toured with them live, and turns out their manager, he actually died like a week after they were at Prague Power. Which is sad. But, and they are still going, so there will be more. And this album, another surprising album from this month. There's going to be plenty of these But another very, very good album. It's a concept album. Can't quite remember what it's about right now, but really, really, really good album. It's surprised me, and you know, male and female singers together with this kind of music actually works really well. Definitely go give these guys a check out if you're into that kind of music, though. Then we go on to this. This is War of Ages by Serenity. Or Serenity. I'm not going to overpronounce my T's. This is their third album. Probably their best, though. I haven't heard the other ones, but this is the special edition with a Queen cover and a acoustic version of one of their older songs from another CD. Basically, with this album, they introduced a female singer to their band. I wouldn't call these guys progressive metal. They might be considered more progressive power metal. Very good CD, though. The singer takes some getting used to, the male singer. But once you get used to him, his voice is really good. And his cover of the Queen song is actually really good, too. Very good if you like power, progressive, I don't know what the hell it is, but it's pretty good. Definitely worth a listen to. Then we go on to one of the bands I saw at Prog Power this last year, actually. Wolverine. Weird name for band. This is their most recent album from 2011. This is Communication Lost. Comes in a nice little cover thingy. The song Communication Lost, just to start off with, is really, really, really good. This album actually surprised me too. I wasn't expecting it. It's definitely different. It's progressive metal, but it doesn't sound progressive metal to me. And there's a crack in the CD. It wasn't like that before. But it's a very, very good album, and I'm definitely going to listen to more of these guys, but if you're into this kind of music, definitely go check them out. I don't know, definitely the vocals are more epic. The guy's voice is kind of deep, too. It's a different type of singing voice, but he can fucking sing. But definitely a good CD. Progressive metal. Listen to that. Then we have the next 3 CDs, actually, are 3 of the 4 CDs that I got from my father for Christmas. We'll start off with probably the biggest surprise of the CDs, that being Remedy Lane by Pain of Salvation. They're classified as progressive metal, but they really don't feel progressive metal to me. They go all over the place. It's really weird music, but this album sounds really good and really catchy. And they're doing this album in particular at Prog Power this next year. And I am excited now. I actually get to see them twice because they're doing a set on another day too. But definitely a good album. They have like a bunch of albums now, but very good album. It's a concept album. All of their albums are concept albums. I don't remember what it's about though. It's like finding yourself. It's one of them like spiritual CDs of like finding oneself. Blah 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 blah. Definitely good CD though. Very worth listening to. Then we have another CD that they got me. Another CD I get to see at Prog Power, or hear performed at Prog Power. This is Celestial Entrance by Pagans Mind. Another progressive metal band. They're more progressive power metal, so they get pretty crazy sometimes. Another CD that surprised me, because when I tried to listen to these guys, I just couldn't get into it when the singer started singing. But I actually give it a chance, and god damn it, they can play their albums, and that guy can sing. When he goes lower octave, he sounds amazing. When he goes high, it's tolerable now for me. I'm definitely going to listen to more of these guys. This album's going to be fun to hear, and their other stuff. This is a concept album. There's plenty of these. Concept album about, basically based on Stargate. Apparently most of their lyrics are based on that movie, which is funny. Very good album. Definitely a must listen to for any progressive metal fan. Definitely great album. Then we go on to an album that is incredibly hard to get in America. This is Carnival of Rust by Poets of the Fall. This is actually not even the original case it came in. The case was apparently so damaged that they just replaced everything. So I wondered why it looked so weird. It was just replaced. Basically, the cheapest place I could find it was on their website for, with shipping, about $30 for a CD. Because it's the only place to get it. On Amazon, used, it would be about the same.
but you can buy it new for the same price. They bought it used because apparently when they went to the website it wasn't available, which it is now. But it also has the Carnival Arrest video on it. This CD is actually one of my favorite CDs of the year, of last year, that I heard last year, honestly. Very good album. It was the one I wanted the most. I'm going to get the rest of them, which is going to be hard as hell to get. Very difficult. But I'll make it work. I always do. Very good album. Their singer is amazing. God, I love this CD. That was before I even bought it. Then we go on to one of the bands I'm trying to get most of their discography, Camelot. This is their newest album from 2011? 2012, sorry. This is the first album they did after their original singer. Well, not original singer, but the singer that made him famous left. And they actually have the singer for Seventh Wonder now, if you remember me talking about them a couple months back. But progressive power metal, it's another concept album based on two brothers that watch their sister die and then kind of deal with it throughout life, I guess is the best way to put it. The song Sacrimony, Angel of Afterlife is amazing. Here, Sacrimony, Angel of Afterlife. And then My Confession is also a good song. The CD is actually pretty good. Still not their best. I think their best was actually the Black Halo so far. And I've heard Black Halo, Epica, Ghost Opera, and this. So this is definitely second, though. I'd say this is second, which is funny. Good album, though. Really good album. Then we go on to a band I've been trying to get another band I'm trying to get most of their discography, and I have, as of this month, finished getting the CDs of theirs that I actually want, that being Sabotage. I actually got 2 this month. This is the first one of the list, Hall of the Mountain King from, I believe, 1987, sorry. 1987, and then their newest one, or the most recent one from 2001, because they're pretty much disbanded, Poets and Madmen. I'll zoom out here. This is actually the Poets and Madmen. I'll talk about in a second. Hall of the Mountain King, kind of a disappointment like Gutter Ballet. Pretty good. The song Hall of the Mountain King is very good. Very, very good song. And then, what was it? It's either Strange Wings or Legions is another good song on here. But pretty decent CD. But I want to talk about Poets and Madmen. This goes back to their original lead singer, who's also on this one. He stopped, it was believed. Yeah, Edge of Thorns, he stopped. But it goes back to this. This CD surprised me a lot. It's actually another re-release by the same people who did the Handful of Rain one I have, so it has 2 bonus tracks from other CDs. But the song Back to a Reason is really good. Stay With Me a While. Most of this album is really good. Morphine Child, a 10-minute song. The only 10-minute song that Sabotage ever did. It just sucks these guys had to go away, but I'm very happy because I have their whole discography now. Yeah, I finally finished one of them. Next up is either Symphony X or Camelot. Actually, it's the next band here. I'll point out here in a second. But excited to have all their albums. Definitely. We'll zoom back in a little bit. That's out. Okay, and finally, to finish up the CDs, probably one of my favorite bands right now next to Circus Maximus. This was actually a Christmas present from my dad. It's the last one. This is Seventh Wonder, Mercy Falls. Another album I get to see at Prog Power, and I am so excited to hear. I got this at the beginning of the month and just listened to it yesterday. So in order to make this video work, I listened to it on the 31st of January. I don't know how to explain this album. It's a concept album about a guy who got into a car accident and his family's trying to save him. It's been a couple years, and he's basically been living in his mind in a town called Mercy Falls. And everything that the doctors are trying to do and stuff, it comes in as like a storm or something in this. And basically it's at the end of his life is when the CD takes place, and it's basically him going to Mercy Falls, and then his son gives him a bone marrow transplant, which doesn't end up working, and then the end is him basically going into the afterlife and whatnot. Very good CD. Probably my favorite of the month, but I don't know how to explain it. It's really good, but I wouldn't say there's no songs. There were some really good songs on here, but it being a concept album, it's really hard to compare it to the other CD of theirs I've heard, Waiting in the Wings. Like, I'd say the songs sound better on Waiting in the Wings, but how do you compare that to a album that's supposed to basically go together with itself? There is, the only other thing I noticed about at least my copy in particular is all of the text on the paper on here looks really blurry. And most concept albums, when the songs flow together, they flow together, like the tracks flow together, but there's like a period of silence. And what I did is, it's legal if I own the CD, I think. I don't know if this is a legit copy, but I torrented this album, and it flows together better in the torrent than this. So I almost wonder if this is some really well-made bootleg. So I'm tempted to buy the CD again, and that's going to sound crazy. Or to buy it to see if it flows together any better. Also, when I opened it up, part of the CD thing broke, so this thing just falls out. CD still works just fine, it's just irritating. Another reason why I kind of want to buy the CD again. This one would end up being Crystals, actually. So you might get another CD. Good album, though. Great album. Album of the month for me, definitely. But that is it for this collection update. I will see you next month for sure, because I already have some CDs in the mail. Yeah, I'll be finishing up another band's discography. Not one of the two I mentioned, actually. And there's some more classic CDs we'll get and whatnot. I don't know if there'll be any. There probably won't be any posters or wall scrolls or anything. I don't know about DVDs or Blu-rays or video games. I might buy a video game. There might be a box set if I finish the box set that I bought months ago of Digimon. I might, yeah, maybe. But other than that, I don't know, because I have somewhere I got to go at the end of April, so I'm trying to kind of save money, and I still got to buy the tickets for it. But anyway, that is it for this collection update. Thanks for watching. I will see you next month with at least a little bit. I say this at the end of every month, and I end up having a freaking 10-minute video or more. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this. Later.